The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
Of course, the leagues in Europe all are over right about now, from the English Premier League to the Spanish La Liga, the Italian Serie A, and the French League. Champions all over, but then there's still a lot to watch. I tell you people, the UEFA Champions League final is still coming. It's another intriguing episode of the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Ensure, that the biggest and the most reliable sport prediction platform in the world. Of course, this is how we do it. My name is FM Karik, and of course, I don't do it alone. I have by my side the usual suspect, Kaka. Beside me, Kaka, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm fantastic. How are you doing yourself?
Of course, great. But then, Kaka, the UEFA Champions League final is what we are all waiting for. The big one, Paris Saint-Germain versus Inter Milan. Who do you think will be the winner of the 2024-2025 UEFA Champions League?
It's been a fantastic season, in the UEFA Champions League itself. Personally, I fancy PSG to win this one. Why? Because I think they've been ruthless. They've been actually fantastic in the French League One, and even in the Champions League, they've been beautiful to watch. They actually tick. And Inter Milan on the other hand, actually, I think
a very strong side,
very very solid side. They play this old-fashioned way,
of course.
And I think a lot of people were a bit surprised that they actually knocked out Barcelona in the semi-finals. But yeah, that is the beauty of football. But I think I fancy PSG this time around. I think they have the individual qualities and the team going into this one. Yeah, I think.
But then I think the battle will be in the midfield.
Exactly, and you look at the profiles in the midfield. Different, exceptional profiles, different type of players, likes of Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and João Neves for PSG.
Players.
You look at the Inter Milan midfield, and Nicolo Barella, Çalhanoğlu, and you look at this no nonsense type of midfielders, and I think that's where the battle will be won.
Of course, then that is where the battle will be won. But then before we go straight into it, guys, let's see the result of our prediction from last weekend. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and also put on the notification button to see more content from us whenever it drops. And also do sign up on www.betensure.com to get more interesting predictions. Now, straight into the season review. In the English Premier League, Kaka, the season is over. Arne Slot in his first season won the league, fantastic season. And going into next season, he has his key player, Mo Salah, staying back at the man who made history, winning all the laurels from the English Premier League. But then, who do you think Liverpool can sign into their squad to keep them thinking, at least to dominate again next season?
The loss of Alexander-Arnold might be felt probably the first season. You can't ignore his impact in the Liverpool squad. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool actually go all the way again. They've been linked with a lot of players, and I think the most important players they've been linked to this season is Florian Wirtz. And if they eventually sign him, you would not bank against Liverpool retaining the title next season. I think they've replaced Arnold with Frimpong. No disrespect to Frimpong, but it's no Trent Alexander-Arnold. On the left back position, they are looking to sign Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth, who had an exceptional season with Bournemouth as well, and he's a very, very good player on his day. And you think if they lock up the two flanks and bring in Florian Wirtz in the midfield, I think that is
ready to go again.
Yeah, they're ready to go again with Mo Salah still firing, still look like he's good to go again. With Virgil van Dijk commanding at the back, I think Liverpool have themselves sorted out for next season.
Of course, Liverpool look like they have themselves sorted out for next season. Guys, do you agree with Kaka? You can drop a comment to tell us your own Now to another team that has really been knocking on the door, but then, hey, these people aren't just getting it. And sometimes Ego Kaka said it's about their mentality. They don't have the driver, but then going into next season, what is that particular thing, Kaka, you think Mikel Arteta can do to win the Premier League? At least to break these things.
Well, we've said it over and over and again. Aside the mentality, I think I was surprised they didn't bring in an out-and-out scoring goal scorer. I mean, they have to get it right in the markets this summer. They have to get it right, especially in the striking department. I think they had the best defense. They just concluded the season, just conceding 34 goals. And I think they are sorted. Their midfield looks good, but they look to bring in Zubimendi. I mean, and looks another solid player on his day, and it looks like Partey might actually be leaving. But then their midfield is still. But I think they need someone to complement Saka on the other wing. Saka is a world-class player. I think Martinelli has not really been it for me. They need to bring a world-class left winger and a world-class centre forward. I think if they get those two forward, and I don't know their preference, but I'm hearing names like Benjamin Sesko, Victor Gyökeres, and at the end of the day, I think they need Victor Gyökeres.
Like he suits.
He suits exactly. He does suit their pattern of play. And I think he's the best going forward for Arsenal, and I hope they get him.
Of course, I hope Mikel Arteta get to see this at the idea, man. It's a Victor Gyökeres, a goal for you, man. Arsenal. Now, straight guys, without wasting time, let's talk about two teams that eventually find their way to the top four of the English Premier League. Talking about Manchester City and Chelsea. They had to leave it till the last day before doing the magic. Hey, a lot of us were even thinking one of this side wouldn't make it to the Champions League, but then they have done that, and it will help them to attract the players are going into next season. Which player do you think Manchester City needs to really bring them back to contention? And also for Chelsea, who do you think they should be looking forward to?
Yeah, starting with Manchester City, Guardiola, he has eyes for talent, and I think at the end of the day, Florian Wirtz actually preferred Liverpool above them because they were in contention to sign him as well, and it would have been a perfect replacement for Kevin De Bruyne that is leaving. So I think they are looking at signing Tijani Reijnders from AC Milan, but I still don't think he sorts the creative part for Manchester City. So I think they need to scout and they need to look. But if you ask me, who they need to bring in?
Like a particular player.
Yeah, I really don't see a lot of attacking options, especially because there's no one that can fill in the boat of Kevin De Bruyne. I'm sorry, De Bruyne is one of one on his day. But I think if they look inwards, you could say they could get a profile alike of Kevin De Bruyne. By the end of the day, let's see what they do. Because I'm not hearing a lot of names at the moment. They are linked with at the moment. But I still think Tijani Reijnders
I think he is a goal scorer.
He's more of a box to box. Yes, he's more of a box to box player for AC Milan, and you think that's the same role he would play for Manchester City with Rodri after if he's coming back from a ACL injury. I mean, sitting in the DM position. But I see. Let's see how it goes. I can't bring out a name from top of my head at this moment. But I hope they actually get it right in the playmaking position.
How about Chelsea?
With Chelsea, we all know the problems of Chelsea this season. I think they've been inconsistent, and I was seeing some of their stats. They were not so bad, but I think at the end of the day, inexperience played a lot in some of their matches this season, and the lack of goals. They missed a lot of chances, a lot of big chances missed for them this season.
They need another striker.
Exactly. Not really another striker. They need a goal scorer. Not a proven goal scorer. Not just a striker. Not just any striker. They need a goal scorer.
And who are you looking at that they can snap up?
Victor Osimhen. It is
just the perfect.
It is. I really do know. I think they tried the beginning of last season, but they couldn't agree on personal terms. And I think that is still been because of the new model. These owners are trying to. I think that that's proven difficult for them to make a deal with Osimhen. And as it stands now, there are no concrete offers on the names I'm hearing at this point is Ugo Ekitike, Liam Delap, Benjamin Sesko, and the likes. And I don't think
these are players that can improve too.
There are players that improve, but Chelsea is a team at this point. I think it's been almost 10 years they won the league, and I don't think Chelsea is a team that has all the patience in the world like that, especially for their fans. It's to some point it's getting frustrating. You can't keep giving players time to develop in a team like Chelsea. So yeah, I think they need to go out there.
Proven goal scorer.
Get a proven goal scorer. Victor Osimhen is the name. If you can't get Victor Osimhen, I think Victor Gyökeres, if Arsenal does not get him, I think those are the names that Chelsea should be circling around.
It's the battle of the victors.
Exactly, it's the battle of the victors at this point, and I think they need a solid centre back as well, an experienced one at that. I think if they get that, I think they're good for next season.
Of course, if they can't get a proven goal scorer and a solid centre back, Chelsea, Enzo Maresca and his boys are good for next season. Guys, it's still the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Ensured. And of course, we are checking out the season review and also looking at what will possibly happen to this side next season. Now, to a side that has really, really struggled and had it bad this season, talking about Manchester United, Ruben Amorim. Do you think Ruben Amorim can bring Manchester United back to glory days? They look like a shadow of themselves. The Old Trafford is no more a place to be scared of, but then going forward to next season with a lot of players, a whole lot of players are leaving the squad.
Yeah, can he bring them back to glory days? That is a question that begs to be answered. And for what I've seen in the past 6 months, I'm not seeing so much progress. But yeah, we could give him the grace of probably coming mid-season and probably don't have crop of his desired players. I think they have Cunha in the bag, and they are looking to sign Bryan Mbeumo as well from Brentford. They've asked Garnacho to leave. Looks like Onana might leave as well. And I think this is where they have to start their rebuilding process.
Do you think these players have what it takes to?
Yeah, they do. If you are the best player coming from Wolves, another Premier League side, the Brentford side, I think Bryan Mbeumo got 20 Premier League goals last season. Cunha was the best player for Wolves as well last season. If these players come in, I'm sure they would definitely be an improvement on whatever Manchester United have at this moment.
Of course. So which player do you think?
A lot of players.
A lot.
It's not just one. But I think,
just give me one name you think Manchester United should go for, apart from Matheus Cunha. Especially, I want to hear that ideal striker.
The ideal striker for Manchester United.
Because you said Cunha, Højlund can't.
I don't think he can buy.
So which striker do you think Manchester United can get in the match?
I'm hearing names like Liam Delap as well for them. But if he doesn't, I think I would love to see Benjamin Sesko in that team.
Benjamin Sesko.
Yeah, I think
you feel he's.
I think he's a physical guy. He's a physical striker. But you look at Amorim's style of play, I think he doesn't really rely a lot on. You probably think they want to go for Victor Gyökeres again, since he's readily available in the market, and he has played with Amorim in Sporting Lisbon. So it's let's see how that pans out. But I think I would love to see Sesko in Manchester United.
Of course, the season is over, yes, but there's still a lot going down in the world of football. Now to our 20-odd weekend banker on one expert, especially created by experts. Go check them out and see these fantastic predictions. And this weekend, the big one will be going down, guys. Of course, the UEFA Champions League final. Kaka earlier said Paris Saint-Germain will win this one. It will be their first in history. Why do you say Paris Saint-Germain will win? Is it because it is a season of writing history, or because you think they are the most solid side in the Champions League this season?
First off, I think they would win it. Because tactically and on on paper, I think they have fantastic individual qualities.
Stronger side.
I think they have in the individual qualities on the pitch that they would have individual qualities on the pitch that day. And like you said, it's probably the season of underdogs this season. Well, I hope so. I think no jabs to Inter Milan, but I think PSG have actually been deserving of this trophy. I think they've been after this, and I think they would want it more on this weekend. Because I think if Barcelona would have defended their box a bit better against Inter Milan, I think Barcelona
Paris Saint-Germain would do better.
And I think Paris Saint-Germain would definitely do better defensively in this one. So I just think this one, I think 2-1 for PSG.
Wow, 2-1 for PSG. And of course, Luis Enrique will be winning. Luis Enrique, I beg your pardon, will be winning the title according to Kaka. But guys, let's see a prediction for this game between Paris Saint-Germain and Inter Milan. And this is where we join the curtain on the podcast for this weekend. Guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and also push on the notification button to get interesting content from us whenever it drops. And don't forget to sign up on www.betensure.com. Subscribe to our packages and get fantastic predictions to get you the greens you deserve. Remember, right here on the Ensure Zone podcast, we don't just predict the future, we ensure it. Bye for now.